Hello and welcome back to my modelling channel. It's now part 2 of this build, which I am now calling Winter Stretch because I cannot pronounce what it's called. If you missed part 1, you can find it in the links below. If not, you can subscribe to my channel. That way you can have regular updates on videos and builds I'm doing. As you can see by the pictures I provided, it's fully built and primed. I primed it black. I prefer priming these things black. I then sprayed it Russian green using MAIM acrylic paints. I did this off screen because I was using my airbrush and it's quite noisy. I also sprayed the interior using German interior paint colour. Now I'm going to start applying the washes. I'm using MIG again, MAIM. I'm starting off with sand camo, I believe. And then I'll move through the various washes, stone black, and also use brown, just to get a little bit of a dirty effect on the interior and to make the controls stand out a little more. I'm just going to speed up the video as I do this process. As you can see, I've sort of like sorted out the camera angles and made the view a little bit better so you can see things. Yeah, I enjoy using the washers. I don't know if you've used the MIG washers before. They're very good. I recommend them. You can spread it quite randomly, but try and get it in the nooks and crannies. It does make all them stand out a lot more, especially on control panels. If you're not going to paint details on the control panels, which I didn't do in this, mainly because I didn't feel I needed to. Watching this video back and doing a commentary, I realised that the camera angles is not as good as I believe they should be. I am sorting it out. I am changing my model room again. Can you believe it or not? This time I'm going to have a monitor in front of me so I can see exactly the right camera angles. So I do apologise. It's a work in progress, as most of you modelers know. I am also still sorting out how to work this editing program, so I can have things up in the corner. I can have the MIG numbers and things like that. I'm still trying to work it all out. Maybe I will do it, I don't know. But as you can see, it's looking pretty good. You know, it's like starting to look very dirty in there. I'm going to be using some other MIG colours as I go. Probably changing over right now to another one. Yep, I'm changing over. That looks like the dark brown. So yep, continue to do it off camera, I'm afraid. I do apologise for this. Yeah, I do have to sort this camera angle out thing again. It's quite annoying, isn't it? So yeah, anyway, we'll speed this up. Yeah, doing this YouTube thing, it's a whole new learning curve. I'm learning as I go, but I'm posting up videos, so it's kind of like I'm helping you. If you're a beginner to YouTube or modeling, I'm kind of helping you realize that you need to set these things up. So it's kind of helping you, helping me, if you know what I mean. Oh, look at that! Look, so you can see it does. The washers are so effective. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you've not used them, give them a go. I mean, they are great, but I do not get any for free. So MAIM, if you are watching, send me some and I will and I will endorse your product, even though I am anyway. Damn it. Yeah, so there you go. Look, looking really good now. Yeah, so just you can just put a little bit more. You can wash it in a little bit more. They're great. I also used quite a lot of washers on the exterior, not just the interior. That was mainly the grey grain, or the green grey, if you will, also the black. So now I'm going to start working on the base. Here's the base in its sort of like finished state, kind of. So yeah, here we go. What I basically did was I used some plaster. You can get this from any sort of hardware store. I like the easy spread plaster. It's much easier to use. So you just apply it to the base. I mean, if you don't know how to do this, then blimey, What are you watching this for? But yeah, it's kind of nice and easy to apply. You can just quickly apply it, and I've speeded up the video here just so, because it can be quite a lengthy process if you do it properly. Be sure to scrape off the sides. I have masked it off the sides and that. Here we go again off screen. But yeah, so bish bosh bash. There you go. You put all your plaster down. Now you can be as messy as you like. I mean, as long as you remember to scrape off those sides, like I'm doing there in the video. And yeah, I made a little tray here to put it in, as you can see, just to keep things a little bit tidy. I mean, you just sort of muck up, and you sort of go over it, mucking up the ground a bit, making it look a little bit more, a bit more realistic, natural, if you know what I mean. And then, if memory serves me right, because I am commenting on my own video here, which is always funny. Yeah, there you go. Right, this is just gravel. You can get this from the railway shops or any hobby shops. It's just little stones. I think it's like railway gravel or something. It's called something like that. I can't remember. I bought it years ago. I've got a big tub of it. It's great. It's basically just little stones, and you just sort of apply them where you feel like it. You know, you could be as messy as you like, or you could be really specific where you want these stones. And then I moved to these larger pebbles. They're like pebble type things. Now these are slightly bigger, so you know, you sort of place these around again randomly if you want, or specifically, depending on what you prefer. I think I'm being a little bit sort of, you know, random, but also specifically where I want them. And then here we go with the sand. This is really fine sand. I get this from a pet shop. It's budgie sand. It is really fine. I think it's the finest sand you could find. Now you just sprinkle this over the top, and this gives it this sort of natural, sort of earthy, kind of gravelly kind of look that you sort of see in nature. And then if I remember, yes, you press it down. Remember to press it down because it fixes it into the plaster. And then, because I made this little cardboard little tray thing out of an old something, whatever I bought, you can tip it off. See, it keeps it nice and tidy. Now, another great thing about this budgie sand is it is dirt cheap. You can buy loads of it for about £1, or you know, I don't know where you live in the world, but you can get it pretty cheap, and lots of it. So there you go. I'm speeding up a video again. I'm again doing it off, but as you can see, there you go. I've put it on a little plinth now. As you can see, it is pretty much done. All you got to do now is you have to work out where you want your figure. So just to put it back down there again, whatever all that's about, and you get your figure, which you put to one side carefully, obviously, and then you work out, right, I'm going to put it here. So you do all this before the plaster dries. It's very important. So there you go. You make little marks where you want it, and then what I've done here, now this is quite clever. I actually cut out the size of the feet in the little polystyrene things here, so I can squash it down even further to make indents, to make it so the figure has weight to it, because sometimes you can see things on a diorama and they look like they're more or less floating on the mud or ground, which in reality wouldn't happen. So this is important. So there you go. Very clever little thing I made there. Quite proud of myself with that. And yeah, so yeah, let's go off camera now and do the spraying. Now again, I primed it black and then applied different coats of earth colours until I was happy with the results. And then this next stage is where I'm applying the grass, or floss as some people call it. I don't know the actual name of it, because I bought it from a railway shop many years ago, But here I'm applying a mixture of PVA glue and water, and just applying where I want the floss or grass, if you will. And as you can see, like the texture of the ground has really come out really well. So here we go. I use tweezers. Many people use like electronic device now. I want to make one. I'm looking on how to make one. You know, like you can get the grass to stand up. But I use this technique with the tweezers. It works for me, and I can get it precisely where I want it as well, which is, you know, what I want really. Because every now and then, you can't see this on video, every now and then I blow away what I don't want to stick. So there you go. I'll speed up the video here again, and yeah, so it's pretty much the same technique. I really didn't need to have this go on for so long, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, I mean, please comment and I will answer your comments. If there's anything you do want to know about the video, any techniques that I haven't included in the video, please like and subscribe. Eventually, you know, I want this channel to grow, and I want these videos to improve and get better, to help other people in their modelling skills, and to help myself as well, because, you know, I'm still learning. We're all still learning. So yeah, here we go. Still applying this grass or floss or whatever people call it. I don't really know. I've got a big container of it. You can get it pretty much cheap from any sort of like hobby shop or railway shop. They do all different colours and different gradients. I think this is a mixed one that I use, because I use it. It's very detailed. Right, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see me blowing away the excess. Probably not. But anyway, it looks pretty good. So on to the next stage. Now for this next stage, I wanted the base to look quite wintry. So yeah, quickly, that was glitter you just saw there. Yes, that's normal glitter you can get from any craft shop. That's fine glitter. And what I do is I apply gloss varnish, the spray version, as you can see here. I can't remember which make I'm using there. I'll have to look on the tube. But yeah, basically you apply this, you spread it around. It does spread around really nicely because it's quite thin, the airbrush version of the varnish gloss. So you apply that, and then you sprinkle. Come on, Matt, come on. Here you go. You sprinkle the glitter on top. Now, this might seem a bit extreme to some people, but this is just layering. What I'm doing is layering. See, because this is going to be layered up, and eventually I'm going to have snow on top of that. So here we go. I'm applying it to all the places where I think where it could be like broken ice underneath, because I want some sort of water. I want it to look wet, basically. I want the ground to look very wet, and this is just the first stage of that. So again, I mean, I could have just edited this a little bit better, just showed that first bit and then edited it out. But and plus glitter doesn't really show up very well on the camera. It kind of, oh, here we go, like I'm blowing it. See, I'm blowing off what I don't need, which is always fun. Yeah. You apply the varnish, you spread it around, and then you apply the glitter. And it's lovely because you get covered in glitter and you look really pretty. Right. Let's have a look now. What am I going to do next? So yeah, I'm really quite pleased with the results so far. I do like the rocks. That's why I try and get the varnish in between the rocks, really. And that's, you know, spread it around so I get it in between the rocks. That's why I took a little bit of time on this bit. But yeah. So really get it in there. Now this stuff's amazing. This stuff is called scenic simulated snow coating. It's really fine. I need to get some more of this actually, because I'm running a bit low on this. I believe it's made in America. Modelmaker.com you can get it from. And so you just start the same principle. You use your varnish, you get in between the cracks. I mean, you can even put some on top of the stones of this stuff. So you just apply, and then you just layer. Here we go. Look, if you can see, you see that spreading out on in the glitter, which is amazing. So you can layer of this, and then you can mix it up with a cocktail stick as well, and it makes it look like, the snow. It's amazing. I love this stuff, but unfortunately you can't really see it on the video, and it kind of goes a little bit clear as well. It's kind of clear, and then you build up the layers, and then it becomes more and more like snow. It is amazing. And I will put a link up in the description of where you can get it from, because I need to get some more. But again, I could have edited this a little bit better. I have speeded it up. It is a bit faster now. I'm scrolling through this now, but I do love how it kind of looks like it kind of looks frozen underneath with a layer of snow on top. It's when I first did this years ago, I did it by accident, and now I just continue doing this. It works so well. So yeah, I'll just let it play. I mean, you can see already that it's started to look like snow. It's really taking shape now. It's looking good. So now I'm just applying more varnish. A little bit more here, a little bit more there. Just build it. You're just basically just building it up. I mean, this is more for the wet effect now, to make it look like very wet mud, like the ground's been churned up. And you can even just put it in the snow, and it just forms even more and more and more. But again, you have to be patient here, because you have to let layers upon layers and layers, and you're just building it up, and it goes whiter and whiter, or it goes clear or clear. So just applying some more. I mean, I can't really describe it. I mean, you can press it down with your finger, mix it up with a cocktail stick. You can mix it up with a cocktail stick and then drag it across the grassy bits as well, and it does look really effective. But again, it doesn't show up very well on this camera, and it doesn't even show up very well on photographs. You have to see it in flesh. It looks better with the Mark 1 eyeball than it does with a simulated camera, because it is very fine, unless I get a microscope. So there you go, there's the finished product. There it is, all fully on its base. If you want to visit my Facebook page, you can see good photographs of this. I am trying to get some professional photographs made, because this is using my mobile phone camera, because it's the best camera I've got. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Join me next time. I should have a new project by then, and please subscribe. I still haven't set up my Patreon account. Sorry guys. Yeah, but please subscribe and join. Let the channel grow. Yeah, not much more I can say about this, except I really enjoyed building it, and it looks absolutely fabulous. Hoping to win some competitions with this one. Yeah, Bye.